Hey folks, Harley Day Rider here, back at you once again, your good old friend HDR. And yes, I am currently leaving Neon Guard's service department. So, they got the bike back, got it finished up today. So I braved it. I thought, well, looks like it's going to rain, but we'll see how it goes. So, they believe everything is lined up and ready to go now. It looks a heck of a lot better, so. But he made the ultimate claim. This one of the service managers here. And that ultimate claim was, ride it home and call him back and let him know what I thought. So, we're going to do just that. We are going to ride it home, call him back, and see what we thought. And then we're going to talk a little bit on this trip, on this ride. We're going to talk about Harley Davidson's warranties and how they actually work. And what's expected of you as the customer, what's expected of Harley Davidson as the parent company. Some things I found out along the way with my warranty claims. And man, it just feels good to be back on a motorcycle again. Right today, about this time is when I took the bike in. 4 weeks ago. So today would have been 4 weeks they had my motorcycle. So, but it's absolutely crazy. So in the end, what had to happen was, what basically had to happen was that the fairing had to come apart, which I knew. I've been saying that all along. The fairing, they had to tear the fairing apart to get to the brackets inside of the fairing to actually get that whole thing straightened up and aligned with the gauges the proper way. I had a lot of people look up underneath of this thing and, get a wrench in there and try to tighten it. But they called Harley Davidson when I made a claim, and Harley said, look, the engineer said this is what you got to do. So, and being the bike came with the 4 screws in the windshield that was stripped out, they had to cut the screws off. So they cut the screws off, and what happened was, where those screws go into, how they go back into the fairing, is in these speaker houses right here, left and right. So, more on that in just a minute. So here's what happened. So I called Harley Davidson, as many of you have suggested. And I made a claim where I told them I had a problem. And the gentleman was super nice on the phone. I mean, not a problem at all. Very nice on the phone. And said, hey, look, this is what we're going to do. We feel really bad, they said. We feel really bad about it. And we're going to give you a reference number. I said, cool, what's that reference number for? And they said, well, the reference number, you give it to the dealer, and the dealer, will call or look on the internet or something at that point and see what I called in for, and they'll start fixing the bike. Wow, that's pretty good, pretty reasonable. And so I thought. So I took it in on a Monday, I gave it till Thursday, and I called the dealer. And this is not the dealer where I bought it. This is the dealer that does the work on my bikes, on my motorcycles. And I said, hey, I said, how's the bike coming? They said, well, we don't know. Harley didn't call us yet. And I said, what do you mean Harley didn't call you yet? They said, Harley, I said, why would Harley call you? They didn't know to call you. I think we went over all this, but it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny to the point where it's like Harley wouldn't call you. So the very next day, they called Harley and started the process. So apparently a reference number is just a reference number. It's just that you called Harley Davidson and you reported something was wrong with your motorcycle. And then the dealer has to call, and the dealer has to get what's called authorization codes. And that's authorization for the service. So I thought, well, that could take about another week. Well, sure enough. And there you have it. And that's kind of how it works out. But so, let's get back to the speaker boxes. So anyway, first of all, Harley said, we don't know if the owner of the motorcycle stripped those screws out. How could they prove that they were stripped out at the factory? And luckily, where I take my bike for service all the time, they said, get this, they said, we know this guy. He doesn't really put a screwdriver or wrench on his own bike. He's not gonna do that. And all four of them were stripped out the same way. They believe because the fairing was crooked, that whoever put them in tried to jam them in there straight. Well, they got them sideways, couldn't get them, then they just twisted them all in there and twisted everything off. So it happened at the factory. So it's good to go to a dealer that does all your work and they know you pretty well. So that was pretty good. So what else? Oh, the speaker boxes. So I got a call last Monday. Today is now the 17th. I got a call last Monday that said, hey, HDR, we got one speaker box in. I said, wait a minute. Why would they ship both speaker boxes together? Oh, don't worry, you'll have it by the weekend. And it's not the dealer's fault, believe me. They're just trying to keep the customer happy down there, right? So I said, okay, well, that's fine. So I left it go with that. Well, come Thursday, I called, and they said, well, we checked the other speaker box, and they checked into the shipping, and the shipping said that it was, what did he tell me? It was packaged. Not that it's shipped or where it might be. So I told Mrs. HDR Saturday we were going to drive to York, Pennsylvania and pick up the part and bring it back so we'd have it. But I think they finally got it delivered on a Saturday. So I think they got it delivered on a Saturday, and they were able to put the bike back together today, Monday. I called this morning. Well, I called this afternoon. He goes, well, he said, yep, it's up on the rack right now, and they're working on putting your motorcycle back together. I did ask him to put the pouch on the front that Mrs. HDR bought me since they had the windshield off. They did not do that. I don't know, I guess they forgot, maybe, in all my phone calls. But he now said the screws work, so just, take those couple screws out of there, and I guess it'll give me a way to check it and make sure everything's good. So, there you have it. Right, that thing. So, we're going to live with the bike now, and Mrs. HDR was happy that I was coming to pick it up. Like I said, the storm stopped long enough for me to be able to go down and pick the motorcycle up. So that's a bargain. At least I was able to get it home anyway. So hopefully before I get wet. But if I do, that's okay, because I haven't been riding for so long, man. I feel like riding some other places and just taking a chance, because I haven't been on this thing for a month. And it's really weird. But I want to thank everybody for your kind comments. Thanks to everybody out there for all your suggestions. I do appreciate that. It looks now like, and I want to give a special thanks. And I'm going to give a shout out right now to them, because I thought it was above and beyond kind. I talked to Valley Harley Davidson. Now, I've been down there many times on their rides. I'm a chapter member down there at Valley. I had a call from their general manager, and she said she knew this motovlogger meetup was coming on the 28th, and she said if you don't have your bike back, they were going to hook me up with a motorcycle to take on this trip. So kudos, man, above and beyond the call of duty to Valley Harley Davidson. Suggest if you live around there anywhere, you want to buy a new Harley, that's where you're going to go, and you're going to see a girl there by the name of Angel. She will take care of you, and tell her that Harley Day Rider sent you. She'll be more than happy to help you out. Alright, everybody, I'll be on my way back here to Pennsylvania from Ohio, and going to put the bike back in the garage. And she hasn't been on the road for a while, so she's just happy that I'm out riding her. got some work to do now, I guess, to get her back ready to go here, but she should be good to go for the 28th. And for everybody coming down there on the 28th to Fayetteville in West Virginia, we might just dub it the New River Gorge Rally. We might start something new. Every year we might be able to go down and have a big meetup down there. So, something to think about. Alright, folks, thanks for watching. Again, thanks for all the kind comments. And my heart, you can't say enough about everybody who felt my pain going through waiting for the bike to come back. So, take care. I will talk to you next time. Remember, ride your own ride. Be safe out there. I'll be down and out here in West Virginia. So long for now. Bye-bye.